Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Ruby Bridges. This is a Wonderful World of Disney episode. Wonderful World of Disney episode from 1998. It's an hour and a half long, and if you don't know who Ruby Bridges is, well, this is highly relevant to this month, Black History Month. And it tells the story of a little 6-year-old girl who was one of the first to take part in an integrated school system in New Orleans in 1960. Now, it's there's so many things I just said there that are troubling. That should give you an idea of just how upsetting this film can be. Now I understand. I kind of went into this because it was, a TV movie, and it wasn't expecting like top of the line acting or honest storytelling. Not that it would be dishonest, but it's Disney, so it's always going to end on a happy note, and it does. But the troubles don't go away just because the movie ends. There was a whole lot more that goes into the whole story of integration back in the 1960s. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in any way, shape, or form on Ruby Bridges at all. I know who she is. I know what happened to her, and just seeing photos from that era of her being escorted by marshals to school every day. Big, burly white guys who could literally just crush her if they felt like it, if they were like the people standing outside her school every freaking day of her first year at an integrated school. There's people. And again, I'm not going to say that. I don't know if everything in this is true to life, 100% exactly how it happened. I'm sure it's pumped up in some ways for dramatic effect. Um, but to see grown adults hating someone because of their skin so vehemently that they would threaten the life of a kindergartner, a 6-year-old girl, is it is gut wrenching. You're getting too emotional. Whatever. It's honestly, it's upsetting. And if you're not upset by something like that, I don't care what color skin the kid is. If you see people standing outside of school threatening the lives of a child and they're considered adults, I don't. I'm surprised more didn't happen. I'm surprised that she didn't come to harm during these times, and it's one of the things I learned about this is that while she was now in an integrated school, she was, for the most part, the entire first year, never with any other kids, specifically white kids. There was no other black kids in that school. She was taught by a sole teacher who had just been hired the same day that she first showed up. Her first day in that integrated school was spent just sitting in the lobby, the foyer of the principal's office, just sitting there with her mom, doing nothing. And then they said, "Okay, you can go home now." Second day, they finally got her into the class, and she's being taught by this new woman, played by Penelope Ann Miller. She's a white woman, because certainly weren't going to have black teachers there. Honestly, teachers quit when they heard there was a black child coming to the school. Teachers quit. Teachers, parents physically grabbed their children and took them out of the school the day that Ruby arrived, and never allowed them back in, except to hang out outside every freaking day for months, to scream at a child, scream racist epithets at a child, threaten her life, threaten to poison her, threaten to hang her, threaten to murder a child every day. This is America. And this is America. Yes, it's it sadly is America, and sadly it's there's ways that we've improved. There's ways that we've gotten so much better, and there's some ways that we've seen recently that we have not gotten better. I'm not going to preach to you. One of my fears with this movie is that it was going to get super preachy at times. That it was going to sort of, let's shoehorn in some of the big messages and also make white people the saviors. Let's get some white saviors in there because Kevin Pollak and Penelope Ann Miller, both of them become involved in Ruby's life, apparently as a means in which we can connect, white people can connect with this story, I guess. Um, but I mean, I'm guessing that they were really who they were. That Kevin Pollak plays a former military well, he's not a former, but he's a military captain and psychologist who saw what she was going through on a daily basis and had volunteered to give her a psychiatric evaluation by talking to her and asking her questions and having her draw things. Her parents struggling through this the entire time. Um, that's let me make sure. Michael Beach and Mom. Where's Mom? Oh, by the way, Ruby's played by Chaz Monet, and I don't know if she has any other roles, but she is, man, she is. It doesn't look like she has a photo on IMDb. Um, Her parents knock it out of the park. Yeah, there's no Oscar, Emmy nominations. I don't think for this situation for this movie. I don't think there was. No, no. Oh wait, four? No, it did get 4 wins. Oh, you know what? There's 4 nominations and 4 wins. Um, editing. Yeah, nothing big, but still, the idea is that it is. It was never going to be something that you were going to be like, oh my god, let's go for the acting. Uh, but the parents play their roles with a level of complexity that I was surprised to see in this film. Dad was not for integration. Mom was pretty much like, let's give our daughter a chance to go to a school that she can learn. The school where the black kids go were not nearly as good. Certainly not funded as well. Certainly not. Uh, yeah, certainly. I don't know how the teaching is, but still, the idea is that they're considered lesser people, so it's lesser education in lesser schools in lesser neighborhoods, as people imagined they were. Um, Meanwhile, the white kids get the best. Um, she wanted her daughter to have the best, and there's no doubt in my mind, no how they depict how much they love their daughter and their other children. Um, Through two very different stances in how she should be treated. Now, Ruby going to a integrated school now, to a white school, formerly all white school, has a huge rippling effect on everything around her. Because more people quit their jobs. Dad gets fired, and he gets when he takes Ruby to the store, run by a Jewish family. The Jewish family asks him to leave. Now, the Jewish family, they know firsthand that the people in those neighborhoods treat them like garbage as well. But with the two rednecks standing in the corner, looking him over, it seemed like there's nothing they could do without something horrible happening. So they were not even allowed to buy milk at the local store. It hurts every single time you see something like that, and it's all based on ignorant hatred for color of skin. And one of the most heartbreaking scenes, I shouldn't say most heartbreaking scenes, but trying the teacher, Penelope Ann Miller has the job of explaining to Ruby what racism, what slavery is. Like, the white lady gets to explain to a little 6-year-old girl, black girl, what slavery is. it's it's upsetting that, yeah, maybe this is not something you're going to be telling your 6-year-old as a parent too soon, because you want her to grow up to be innocent and childlike and enjoy things, but she's putting her life on the line going to school every day, surrounded by nice U.S. Marshals who protect her, uh, but she's surrounded in a school full of teachers who hate her, who are disgusted by her very presence. It's this movie. It's Black History Month, so this is one of those movies you should watch. Yes, the quality of it is very 1998 TV movie. not gonna water that down whatsoever. But it surprised me that they took a psychological angle, because it did help Ruby. It did add some depth to what Ruby was going through, even though she didn't completely understand what was happening. And there were some upsetting things where she was internalizing a lot of stuff that she, she, she had no way of expressing. And they touch on so many different things, and it's kind of really great that they touch on these things. And yes, some things get a little resolved kind of quickly, and it's still, I think, anybody who wants to get an idea of what America was like 60 years ago. It's 61 years ago. It's You have to understand. You have to see this to understand where we were, and then you have to make your own judgment to see if we've gotten any further. Yes, a little, not nearly enough. Thank God we're not always screaming at 6-year-olds in front of an elementary school daily for months. We moved beyond that, right? so, uh, so yeah, I had to wipe angry tears, from my eyes a number of times throughout this. It's not going to be all sweetness. Chasmonet, the girl who played Ruby, at first I thought she was another kid actor, kind of flat and everything else, but she got better and better as the movie went on, and she was really good. I was surprised by that, because kid actors usually do not, especially in a budget like this, and she's pretty much an unknown. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, it's Black History Month. Whether you're white, black, orange, purple, green, whatever, give this a shot on Disney Plus, and maybe you might learn something. It's heartbreaking to realize that she actually spent almost an entire year alone in a segregated school, and that's not integration at all. And it's yeah, everything's a little bit sad in this movie. But she did, as she grew older, in about 1995, I think, they tell you what became of her, and she's still alive today. It's not like she's older, obviously, but she's 6 in 1960, so she's not ancient. But I hope that nobody ever has to go through that kind of thing again. I know there's people who exist to pull us back to a time when that kind of thing is okay, to make America great for them again, not for everybody. It's time to let that go. Civil War's over, slavery's over, and based on the color of your skin, you are definitely not better than anybody. So, let's deal with that. All right? Yeah, so, who wants to watch the Super Bowl? All right, here we go. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
552.
552. Come on. Ooh, we got a movie, and it's kind of a capper, I think, to a series that was very popular on the Disney Channel for a good long time in the 90s. We watched that series way back. They even filmed it across the street from where I live. It's kind of great. But yeah, we're going to watch the Even Stevens movie. So, that's Shia LaBeouf, right? He's he's a little upsetting these days. Not as upsetting as Ruby Bridges movie, but hey, it shows that people in the right places and set in the right time with the right attitude and the right spirit can overcome a lot of things. And way to go, Ruby Bridges. The Even Stevens movie, despite Shia LaBeouf, is coming up tomorrow on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. See you then.